All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us for tonight's team call. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up, so a lot of announcements. So as you guys maybe saw on the team page, we're going to do Boss Babe Academy 101. So it's pretty much like Coach Basics, but for new or newer coaches. I wouldn't suggest this for people who've kind of like been in the business but want to like revamp. It's going to be, very basic of, sharing the 4 vital behaviors and making sure like you got your website set up, like things like that. So very basic for new coaches. So it's a great way to invite all those people that you added last week into the Coach Opportunity webinar. Great way to follow up with them and say, hey, like we have this new training that's coming up. It's starting on June 4th. Like it'd be great for you to hop in at this, like this is the perfect time. So use that as a tool to follow up with people and get the conversation started up again. I've been getting a lot of questions about like all the info groups that we have going on. So we have like the 3-day refresh one, we have the To Be Mindset one, we have the Glimpse into Coaching one. They're all going to stay open forever. So if you haven't noticed, Facebook's coming out with all of these like units, and it's called social learning. So you can do your challenge groups like this if you want to, but for these info groups, it's gonna continually stay open. So you can always pump people into it. You can tag them like in the first video or in the first post so that they know like that's the group that they're supposed to be in. For the Coaching Opportunity group, every Wednesday, I'm going to get a new coach to come on and share their story. So tomorrow I'm going to have Lisa Hanson. She's going to be live in that group probably sometime in the afternoon, but all the videos are saved in there. So if people don't catch it live, they can catch it later. But it's going to be a really great way just for people to hear, different stories. And each time somebody, goes live in a group, they get that notification. So even if those people aren't joining yet, they might later on as they, just keep kind of like hearing the info about it. To Be Mindset, still going on, right? So $20 off all packages, including coaches, until June 3rd. So I think that's until Sunday that you have that $20 off. And that's kind of one thing that I'll talk about tonight for the call on how to end the month strong. The app is going to be launching on Monday. It's only for iPhone. So if you don't have an iPhone, I'm sorry, but iPhone only. You can still get into the test group with a package for any coach. So if you have a customer, that might be a really great way to get somebody in on To Be Mindset, is let them know about that group that they could be in with Alana as well. For May, if you earn Success Club, you get a Joel bobblehead and you get a Summit Celeb photo op if you're going to Summit. If you are going to Summit and you have 5 of your coaches that hit Success Club and you hit Success Club, you actually get a picture with Carl Deichler. So that's another little fun bonus. Super Saturday. I know it is a little bit after Coach Summit, but just wanted to let you guys be aware, know that it's coming up. Yes, it's the weekend of 4th of July, but I'll be there. What's your commitment? I don't know. It's up to you, right? If you can make it, great. Maybe you're not going to Summit. Maybe you can get to a Super Saturday. Today is actually the last day to book your hotel. So if you haven't booked your hotel yet, make sure you do that. If you want to room with somebody, post in the Team Summit page, and I think we have maybe 1 or 2 people still looking for some roommates for that. So head on over there. And then your Summit selection guide, make sure that you choose what workout and what workshops that you want at CoachSummit.com. All right, so a bunch of Lift 4 info, like every day something new is coming up. I just posted in the team page the banner. I changed it to kind of match all the different dates. So this just came out, I think today, Danielle posted about it, June 4th, the preview workout. So it's going to be, I believe it's going to be like a live workout that he's going to do just for that day. I might be a little bit wrong with that. But June 4th, do the workout, show people that you're doing it, put it on your stories, let people know you're doing a HIIT workout. Simple, right? So great way to promote Lift. On June 11th, that is the pre-sale, meaning people can buy their packages on June 11th. And when they do that, 4 new preview workouts will be released. So it's going to be different than the preview workout that's coming on June 4th. It's going to be 4 separate, kind of like how with 80 Day Obsession, they did Little Obsessed. So this is going to be Little Lift 4. July 16th is when we can actually do the workouts. So that's when it starts. So we can order on June 11th, and then the actual program will be July 16th. That's when we can start. Joel's test group will start July 9th, probably with prep week. So if you want to be in Joel's group, obviously you got to get the package. If you know customers that think Joel's kind of hot, I mean, that might be a great way to get a discount coach. And then for everybody else that doesn't want to get the VIP early access, they have to wait until October 1st. So if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know, comment, chat in here. And next week, so next Monday, we're actually going to have our team call start on Monday at, I think, 8 or 8:30. I'll post in the team page. But we have a special guest that's in the Lift 4 coach test group right now and is actually going through the program. So he's going to come on and kind of give us all the nitty gritty details about that. So don't miss out on that. So it's going to be next Monday instead of Tuesday because we have a special guest for next week's call. All right. So I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent with our team call tonight because I wasn't really sure what the topic was going to be. I was going to do Lift 4, but then we had that guy that's going to do it next week. So I want to talk about ending the month strong because it's obviously the end of the month. What do we have, like 3 days? Right? We have 1, 2. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 2 days. We'll count today because you still have tonight afterwards. So we have 3 days left in the month. So it really all starts with your mindset. And that's the hardest thing about this business, right? Is your mindset. So when you're talking to yourself and having those thoughts in your head, are you complaining, right? Are you like, nobody wants to join me. Everybody's saying no. Maybe I'm just not coach material. Everyone else is rank advancing and I'm not. Everyone has, Success Club points on the board. Like, why is this not working for me? So you have to switch it, right? You have to go to being a problem solver instead of having like that pity party. And I'll admit, like, I have a pity party every now and then, but if it's going more than a day, like that's where you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time being sorry for yourself. So if you're always thinking, I'm reaching out and I'm having nobody join me, if you keep repeating that to yourself, if you believe that strong enough, what kind of actions are you going to take, right? So like if you think like nobody's going to join you and everybody is saying no, and you really start believing that, you're not going to reach out to people, right? You're going to stop following up with people. You're going to stop adding friends on Facebook. You're going to stop adding followers. So even though like, you're like, oh, Rose, like it doesn't matter like what I say in my head, like it does, because you attract what you think about. So if you think all these negative thoughts all day long about yourself, well, then why would you take any action? Because if everyone's saying no, I'm not going to do anything, right? So you really have to watch your mindset, and instead of saying everyone's saying no, be a problem solver and ask the right question. So ask a different question. How can I get people to say yes? What do I need to do differently? Do I need to look at my social media posts? Am I saying something that's attracting the wrong people? Do I need to add different followers? Do I need to share more of my Instagram stories about things in the background of like what a coach does? Am I showing people that people in my groups or in my challenge groups are having success? So really start to like ask those questions. Like it's okay to not be perfect with this. It's okay when people say no, but you can't just stop there. You have to really say, all right, I'm going to learn more about myself, learn more about what the problem is so I can go and solve it and not just be stuck in a rut and kind of complaining about it. Because, like I said, that is just doesn't help anybody. It just gets you more stuck. And the comparison game, guys, like it is a joy sucker. It will just suck the life out of you. I do it. We all do it, but you gotta notice it, right? You have to say, all right, like I'm comparing myself to somebody else who's in a different chapter, who has a totally different network of people. Like you just you can't play that game because behind the scenes, you really don't know. Like on social media, all you see are people's highlight reels, right? Like you really don't know. Yeah, somebody might have rank advanced before you did, but you have no idea what their paycheck is. You have no idea how many people they've been reaching out to get that number. So comparing another just time waster. So if we have what, 3 days left, right? Stop wasting your time with that. Just say, you know what? You're going to bless and release it. I'm done. And just move on. And you have to think like you are what people are looking for. So if you have that negative story going on in your mind, like people need you. People need to hear your story. Guys, not everybody relates to me. I'm not a mom. Like moms can't relate to me, and I totally get that. So my story is not going to relate to everybody, but your story, you're going to relate to somebody that I can't, and vice versa. So you just have to get over the I'm not a coach or I'm not good for this. You are a coach. Coaching is you. Do you kind of like get what I'm saying? Like there's no one size fits all for this. Like I think we put coaching in this box with all these different categories. Like they have to be fit, or they have to have a certain personality, or they have to have certain social media pictures, or they have to have like this certain life. Like it's just another BS story that we're coming up in our heads. Another thing, stop wasting your time thinking about it. You are a coach, whatever your story is. And maybe you just need some time to write your story, meaning get out a pen and paper and write down all the things that got you to this point in your life. And you're going to come up with so many little tidbits that you can then share on social media. And those are the ways that people are going to be able to connect with you way more than just a random post that you're just putting to put out there. And you guys all know what I mean, right? It's like, 8:00 at night and you're like, crap, I didn't post yet. And you're just throwing stuff out there. Write down on paper some ideas of things that got you to this point. That way, if you're in these like crunch times where you're like, I need to put a post up, go to that paper and pick something out. So for example, I talk about like my old job and what I did and not being able to take vacation days off. So, or going back from a holiday, right? And having those like Monday night blues, or this week was Monday night blues, or those Sunday night blues. So write down all of those things that bothered you that you were able to solve either with Beachbody or it doesn't even have to be Beachbody, right? That way people know that, you know what, she's giving value. And that's all we're really doing as coaches, is sharing our story. And that story is giving value to people and it's attracting them to us. So you are what people need. So stop saying, I'm not a good coach. We are all amazing coaches. We just have to believe it for ourselves and go out there and share it. So let's get to the goal, right? It's all about ending the month strong. That was the topic for tonight. But I had to get through that stuff because that's what I get stuck with is my mindset. That's the only thing that's stopping me, especially at the end of the month. If I didn't hit Success Club or meet my goals, like that's always where I'm like, what's wrong? It's my freaking mindset. But do you have a goal to start with in the first place? So what do you want to reach? And don't think about what I want you to reach or what your coach wants you to reach or what corporate wants you to reach. Honestly, like, what is it that you want to do in the month of June? So even though we have 3 days left in May, do this for every single month. As you're coming up on the next month, what is your game plan? What do you want? What's your priority? Is it just helping that one person? Is it just running a fun challenge group? And if you guys didn't listen to the call with, why is his name? It just went right out of my brain. But he was on our team. He was on our team page live like 2 weeks ago. I just brought it up. So if you scroll down in our team page, you're going to find it. It's how to finish first. Did someone just post it for me? Thanks, Amanda. Finish. John Acuff, finish. Go on our team page. Listen to that. If you're not finding joy in your coaching business, you're not setting fun goals. And that guy is like all about fun. He'll make you laugh. So if you're doing something and you're not having fun with it, your goals are like sucking the life out of you. Same thing like with having a bad mindset. It's not going to pull you towards that goal. If you're like, oh crap, I really don't want to have 3 new coaches on my team, then that's the wrong goal for you, right? This business is whatever you want it to be. So you got to pick something that's fun for you. Personally, like I love doing team calls. I love doing team trainings. Like I like doing PowerPoints and coming up with stuff like that's fun to me. So you have to find what's fun for you. And don't be in that spot where you're like, I don't want to make up goals because I'm scared of failing. Or what if I don't reach them? That is like the lamest cop-out ever, because if you don't have any goals, then guess what? You're just going to be stuck right where you are, right? Just like your health and fitness journey. If you don't start something, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to get any results. So the point is not to really reach your goal. It's to learn along the way, to see who you can become, and to see what works and what doesn't work. I shared with you guys maybe 2 weeks ago, like the 3-day refresh info group that we did was so successful for a lot of people. It was a total bomb for me. Like it just didn't work for me. It didn't work for my people. It was a learning moment for me. It works for my team, but it just doesn't work for me. And that's okay. It was a learning experience. So you have to have a goal. You have to have somewhere to drive to envision and to have a vision, right? It's just, I always use that analogy of when you get a brand new car. Say you get a Honda Civic. The day before you get the car, you might see 1 or 2 Honda Civics on the road. And then the day you get your brand new car, you take it out on the road. And guess what? Everyone has your car in the same color. They have the same, no, they don't have the same license plate as you. But you get what I'm saying, right? So if your mind is focused on something, if it's focused on a goal of having 2 new Rockstar challengers in your challenge group, that's what your brain is looking for. So when you're scrolling social media or when you're inviting, you get excited to find those fun 2 new challengers that are going to be in your challenge groups. So you have to have something that your mind is going to be focusing on. So you have to come up with goals. I don't care how you do it. Make it fun. Make it something that you really do want to work towards. And do that, whether it's like I usually do it like right now, like 2 or 3 days before the beginning of the month. And this is what I did really like 5 years ago when 4 years ago, when I was in Brand New Coach, I did not hit Success Club every single month. I would have to go back and look. But once I started having a plan of goals and a place to focus, so I would write June goals and I would write them down. And I did that month after month after month. And just the action of writing it down really just was clear to me. So make sure you get clear with yourself, get clear with where you want to go. So making a monthly plan, looking ahead. And I love and of course I don't have it. Oh, I do have one next to me. My passion planner. I just ordered a bunch because they were on sale for like $5 for the year. So it was like a yearly calendar. So I could only use half for $5. I was like, whatever, I don't care. But this is my passion planner. I've tried every type of planner. This has just been the one that works really well for me. So it gives you the times. There we go. So it gives you the times at the top. I usually write my follow-ups here. So for like the next week, if I know I'm talking to somebody, I'll just put their name here and I'll follow up with them. Obviously this week I wasn't so great with it. But it really helped me to look ahead of, all right, so if I want to have a challenge group on such and such date, let me share my screen again. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to have your challenge group on, we'll say like June 18th, right? So that's like 2 weeks out. What are you going to be doing from that point on to promote it, right? So having the goals and then making that monthly calendar is where you're really going to have that good focus, and just breaking down that goal so you know what you're actually going to be doing, right? And not being like, because I do this sometimes too. I'm just like, oh, let me just run a challenge group. And I'm like throwing stuff like all over the place. And it's like mayhem, chaos. It stresses me out. And that's not fun, right? But if you plan it out of like when you're going to run your challenge groups, when are you going to like run your sneak peeks? Or, when are the new programs coming out, right? Like you guys have all of this information. Like don't throw that away. Oh, and what I wanted to share with you before I forgot too. All of the lift for training products is already in here in your Coach Online office. So just go to Grow My Business, Product Tools, and Shareable Media, and then lift for is right here. Click on it. So like learn for yourselves, right? Everything's right here. You guys have the same information as me. Just know what it's about and use this stuff to really start marketing now so that you can have people that want to order come June 11th. So how can you use curiosity marketing? How can you interact with people? How can you share your experience and your excitement? So today I posted my To Be Mindset meal tracker just on my Instagram story. So I just had like my food tracker and then I had like my breakfast. I had 2 people reach out to me like, what is that meal? I need that meal tracker. That is curiosity marketing, meaning I'm not saying this is my To Be Mindset tracker, because most people, if they know what it is, they'll go to Google, right? But it's making people come to me. It's making them ask me what I'm doing. So how can you do that with, right? These are all smarter questions that you need to be asking yourself instead of nobody wants to join me. What's a way that you can create curiosity marketing with Lift for? How can you create curiosity with To Be Mindset or any freaking program that you guys are doing or want to do or that you want to promote? There's so many different ways. You just have to be resourceful. And even if you're not creative, somebody else, some other coach has done it. You just have to do a little bit of digging and do some research on what other people are doing. Check out anyone on our team is freaking amazing. Everyone has such good stories. Just start going through it and jot down some ideas. So you're going to have that marketing plan of what you're going to be doing, right? So say this is October. I Googled this, guys. I didn't like make this up. So I think this was actually from like 2016. So you might see things that are a little bit like old or outdated. But if you're running a free group, what do you have to do to run that free group, right? So this is how you really start to break down your goals of, I want to have 2 challengers, right? What can you do? You can run a free group. What do you have to do for that free group? You have to pick a theme. You have to set where's your audience going to be? Facebook, Instagram. You got to set up the group. You have to, create some posts about your free group. You have to do some jabs on social media. So if you're doing a free crockpot group, obviously you're going to post some crockpot recipes, or you're going to talk about crockpot dinners, blah, blah, blah. Super simple. If you're running a challenge group, same thing. Choose your theme. So you're going to be breaking down everything piece by piece. So instead of saying, I'm so confused, I don't know what to do, boom. Here's your game plan. You just have to focus on your goal, write it all out, and then you can get really, really clear on all the things that you need to do. So if you're talking about your free group and, all right, I need to come up with some posts, great. Think of 3 things that you can talk about that will mention your free group. And then this is what I actually do in my passion planner. Is there's this calendar like this, and we do it for the team page as well, so you can just plan it all out. All right, so my free group is going to be here. I have to post about the free groups. My free group is starting on Monday here, and then I'm going to be talking about my paid challenge group, and then your challenge group is going to go here. 2 weeks later, you give yourself 2 weeks, right, to invite to your challenge groups. And then during that week, you talk about the biz opportunity. So you have a nice flow of getting people into your groups, talking to people, inviting people, and then turning those challengers over to coaches. So you can do this with anything, right? Whether it's inviting people to your challenge group, inviting people to the business opportunity. And I think now with all of these like social learning groups, it just makes it so much easier that we can just plug people into those groups at any time. It doesn't need to be like, oh, we have a webinar here, like we can only invite then. No, like invite people, have a plan in the beginning of the month. If you just want to, first 2 weeks, invite people to your challenge group, and then last 2 weeks of the month, invite people to the coaching opportunity. Whatever it is, just know what you're doing so that your Facebook post and your Instagram post and your stories go along with what you're actually trying to accomplish. That way you're just not like throwing things out there and saying nothing's working. It will work. You just need to maybe organize, have a plan, and have a set goal so you know where you're actually going. All right, so ending the month strong. That's actually what I wanted to talk about tonight, but I had to get through all the other things because we want to set ourselves up nicely for June, right? Like we don't want to be like crazy people with a chicken with our heads cut off thinking like, what are we going to do? And then wait until June 28th and then have this happen all over again, right? Like you kind of have to stop the insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So try this month, June, a little bit differently. Come up with a goal, come up with a monthly calendar, and actually have an action plan to put into place. But we're still in May, right? So how can we end this month strong? Use the sales to your advantage, right? So To Be Mindset is still on sale. If you are not at Success Club, use that and say the sale is ending on, how many days are in May? 31. Okay. So you're going to tell them that the sale is ending on May 31st. Guys, I know it doesn't end until June 3rd, but people don't know that. So if you're trying to hit Success Club, say the sale ends on May 31st. They're still getting $20 off regardless if it's the 31st or June 3rd. It's just a way that you can really use those sales to your advantage. If you already have hit Success Club, wait until June 2nd to send out those messages. Hey, 1 day left for that $20 off of To Be Mindset, right? So whichever way, whether you need to hit Success Club or you're hitting or you already hit it and you want some quick Success Club points for June, use that to your advantage either way. The coach test groups, I mean, corporate has come out with these to help us. So use that to your advantage. If you're a new coach and you're like, how am I going to get 2 new coaches to become Emerald? This is your way. It's a great way. So if you don't know, a coach test group is where Joel or Ayana, I keep messing up her name, Alana, are in the group with us. You have to be a coach, meaning you have to be signed up as a coach. You don't have to be working the business. You could be a discount coach, discount member to be in those groups. So you can say to those people, hey, do you want to be in this group with Joel? He's going to be actually going live in the group, giving us even more tips. And you get a 25% discount. I just have to sign you up with the discount membership. Is that something that you would like? Great. Sign them up. Use that to your advantage. It's another extra bonus that we can offer people because, guys, like to work with those people one-on-one, I forget what Alana says she pays for like per session with somebody. It's like, I don't know, $500, $600 just for like one session with her. And she's in that group like weekly with live videos. So don't think like, I don't want to talk about that to people because I don't want to scare them. No, like that's an advantage. Like that's a really good tool that we need to use to our advantage. So follow up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm beating like a dead horse. If you don't follow up with people, you're not doing your job as a coach. You're not holding people accountable. I call out people all the freaking time. I had this girl today that messaged me about something, and I looked back, and I've been talking to her since December, and she keeps trying something else. And I'm like, so how's that working for you? How's that working for you? And I called her out today. I said, dude, you've been wasting 4 months dabbling in other stuff. I'm like, what is your hesitation? And I just called her out because people want that accountability, right? Like people don't want to just like have a coach just to purchase something from and never hear from them again. Like people will respect you for calling them out because it's our job to hold people accountable, right? So show up for people, show up for your business, and follow up with them. I don't care if you followed up with them a million times. It only takes one time for them to say yes, right? So following up with them, maybe you need to do it in a different way. Maybe you need to say, if it's local, hey, do you want to just meet up instead? Or, hey, would this be easier if we just got on a 5-minute call? Or, hey, what is your hesitation? Or, hey, is price really the issue? Because if they say, yeah, price is an issue, and you're really looking to hit Success Club, or like they've been on the fence for so long, maybe they just need like a $15 Amazon gift card, right? Like that's how Lisa Humphrey joined me. I asked her like a million bazillion times, and I said, hey, how about a Wegmans gift card? She said, sure. I said, all right, great. So I gave her part of the commission. I don't care because at this point, she's a freaking awesome coach. And yeah, I would do that absolutely again. So ending the month strong, maybe give people another little freebie. So whether it's a gift card for Amazon or Whole Foods or whatever, everybody likes a little bit of a bonus, right? So that might be a great way. And keep inviting people, right? You still have 3 days. Like I've seen it. It's happened for me. It's happened to other coaches on our team. Like just sending out invites tonight, you might get somebody that wants to sign up. So just because it's the last few days doesn't mean throw in the towel and just wait until June. That's just wasting your time again. Have more people to invite for your group next month, right? So keep growing your network. I haven't done a really great job on Facebook lately, so that's what I did this morning. Me and my success partner, every morning around like 7 a.m., we get on and we just either do Instagram story invites, or like this morning I did Facebook friend invites. I haven't done that in a while, and I haven't grown my network. And especially it's important if you've been in the business for a while to keep growing and expanding your network, because you want different eyes on your stuff, right? Yes, my mom is going to see the same thing over and over again. Yes, my best friend is going to see the same darn thing over and over again, but I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to those new people who are coming into my network. So don't forget to keep sharing sharing those stories over and over and over. Even if you felt like you heard it a million times, it's still brand new to those people that are coming into your network that are totally new. Offer something to get them motivated, like I said, a gift card or something, and ask for help. If you guys are feeling stuck, reach out to your upline. I don't have a sixth sense all the time. So if you guys are struggling and like we don't know about it, like there's no way for us to know to help you. So like use the team page, use your upline, talk to them. You know, I reach out to Lisa, my upline, all the time. I'm like, dude, and just even like not to, and I'll tell her, I'm like, listen, I just need to vent. I'll like vent it all out. I'm like, all right, that feels good. Like, I had to get my pity party out, right? And now I'm good to go. Because sometimes you just have to like hear yourself say those stupid things, and you're like, ah, man, like that's really stupid that I'm wasting like all this time and energy when I could just be focused on actually doing the work instead of complaining about it. So reach out for help. We're obviously here to help you, but we don't know that you need help unless you reach out to us. So that's all I have for tonight. If anybody, yeah, Courtney, that's great. Talking about like you're energized. Yeah, like I call it like unicorn juice. I stole that from someone. I don't know who. But call it something else, right? To create that curiosity marketing in your stories. Yeah, Tina just she commented about the 3-day refresh. That is a great time to post holiday, right? So you can definitely post about that. Add people into the 3-day refresh info group. If you have no idea where it is, just ask one of us. We can add you in there. That's a great way to get people back on track with that and in your challenge groups. Awesome. All right. Anybody have any questions, comments? Anybody want to hop on and share something that works for them at the end of the month or in the beginning of the month that they do to set up like their monthly calendar? Everyone's really quiet tonight. Who can I pick on? Amanda, I'm calling you out.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
I really liked what you said about setting goals. I do that every single month.
And how do you set them? Is it just like, do you have like
I have a notebook somewhere around here that I usually have out right now, and I don't right at the moment, but I have a notebook, and usually like on the first of the month, I'll have a post about, you know, whatever new month, new goals, this is going on. I typically am still recruiting for a challenge group. I usually will start those with prep the first Monday of the month because then I have people, I'm getting points toward the end of the month and into the beginning of the month. So it kind of, you know, for me, I don't like to wait until the very end and feel like I'm racing against the gun to like get them in. So I tend to try to front load the month if at all possible. So usually the first of the month is when I'll kind of like set my tone for the whole month ahead and do some sort of epic post. And then for me personally and with my coaching stuff, I'll just like outline specifically like how many new people do I want to have get started? How many coaches do I want to try to recruit? And what is my income goal? So I usually stick to those 3 things and then build my plan around those things. And that helps.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's really important too to have like challengers for your, you know, what coaches you want to bring on and like an income goal too, I think is really important. So Liz just said she stays really organized for both her challenge groups and free groups. She needs to incorporate a few more posts, but the system works really well for her. And then Insta stories are gold, and they are. So if you haven't started, start now. Anybody else? Erica, I see you chopping over there, but.
Chopping mangoes. So usually I don't set like an income goal or anything like that. I always do a Success Club goal. And I do think it's really important to have that. My Success Club goal always used to just be hit Success Club 5. And I changed that recently to I want to hit Success Club 10 on my account and on my husband's account. And for the last 3 months, I have done that, and pretty early in the month. And I feel like it's just because I set that as a goal. And once I set a goal, I try to do everything I can to make it happen. So I make it happen. Yeah. So right now I'm at 12 on mine and 8 on his. So I have to get one more, and I have 2 share cards out for him. So
that is awesome. I love that. Why do you think you were setting your goals like smaller, like in the beginning? Because you just didn't know better, or?
Well, yeah, in the beginning it was because I didn't really know better, and I didn't really think, it was like I was trying to save people for later. Because I felt like I was going to run out of people. And obviously, you don't run out of people if you keep adding friends on Facebook and everything. So I felt like I always wanted to hit Success Club. So I just kept doing Success Club 6. I would hit 8. I had high months too. There was months that I hit like 22 on my account, but it was always towards the end of the month too that I was pushing. And now I hit it really early in the month so that I can focus on other things. So now, like, we're doing coach sneak peeks, and trying like the 3-day refresh groups and everything, so I can focus more attention on that instead of like Success Club points all the time, because I get that out of the way so early in the month now. So it's like a stress reliever for me too, because I don't feel like my conversations are as rushed as they used to be with trying to get people to sign up on the 31st.
Yeah, no, I think that's like really where having that game plan in place works to your advantage, because then once you really get this business up and running, right, you have your business, and then you also kind of have the team side of things. So if you can get your business goals done, then you can kind of like work on your team's goals and not feel like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. But yeah, in the beginning of the month, yeah, I love that, Erica. Great points. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for letting me call you guys out. All right, everyone. Yeah, Rebecca, like, you don't save people, because I used to think, like, you think of in that lack mentality of like, there's not enough people. And the same thing even goes for like when people hit like high Success Club, or when people hit like high ranks, you're like, oh, I can't do it because they did. No, there's no lack of Success Club points. There's no lack of rank. Like, anybody can hit 15-star diamond. Like, just because Danielle Natoni did it doesn't mean we can't do it. Doesn't mean she took it all from us. Same thing with like Success Club points. Like, don't think like you're going to be running out of people. Like, no, like, even if you did hit Success Club now, like for this month, and you still have people, like, keep bringing them on in, because it's just going to be growing your business even more, right? Instead of like waiting. And I used to do that too. I'd be like, let me like, I'm not going to talk to anybody until June because I already reached it, right? Yeah. And obviously if you hit Success Club 10, then you get those free Shakeology leads, and those people have been so good. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow night, what is that? Wednesday? I'm thrown off by this week. Yeah, so Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to do invite blitzes at 8:30, same time, same link. I hope to see you guys there. Have a good night.